Hi ladies, it's Karen. A few of you have asked me about the ATC cards that I've done. Remember, I told you that I tend to do those when I'm feeling more, emotional and stuff. So that's what I thought I'd do. I thought I'd share some of my my altered trading cards with you. I haven't done one in a few months, but I'm going through a period, so I'll probably get back into it. Also, I don't use, well, what I use to do my cards on is playing cards, regular playing cards. And because they're the perfect 2.5 by 3.5 size, see? They work as a perfect template for me. And at one time, my goal was to, do a full pack of trading cards. I think I'm up to like 20 or 25 or something. But, so that's what I use. Now, because of the coating on there, of course, you got to sand the card so that it'll accept the adhesive or paint or whatever you're going to do with it. You could sand it. You could also use gesso, but for some reason, I've just always sanded it. So, so these are my cards. First I'll show you, I altered a box to keep my cards in. And this is Cane Company paper. It's just a box that I picked up at Michael's. I used my one of my Sizzix flower dies to, make those flowers there. And I made this box years ago. I altered this box years ago. I went over it with Mod Podge, which has kept it really nice and stuff. So, this is where I keep my cards. See? So I thought I'd share a few with you, like this one. And silly me, I don't think I dated them. So I should have dated them. I guess when I do them, I didn't think of it. But anyway, this is one I did. And none of my cards are like fancy with all kinds of technique or anything like that. I approach them the same way I would approach a scrapbook page, whoops. I used, it says reflections here, and I used my label maker and then cut the letters. This is a stamp. Obviously I erased it on Pop Dots. And, a little mirror there, and it says, "Is that me?" So, there's that one. Here's one that I did of my grandmother, my meme. Meme is grandmother in French, and that's what we call, my grandmother. Well, she's gone now, of course, and that's what my mother is, a meme, So this is my mother's mother. And this is some fabric kind of I don't know what kind of fabric that is, but it was very cool. And I used a large safety pin, and I put some beads on it, and I hung a little angel charm on there. And I just adhered her picture, and it's just like a little, like a little keepsake or whatever for my grandmother. This is one I did for Christmas. The background to this one is an old book page, and that's a charm, and they're not overly filled with technique and this and that. They're just a way for me to express myself. Like this one I did of shadow. And you see that, I love that picture. She's staring down looking at, we had a betta fish. And she used to sit there and watch it for hours. And one day we came home and the betta was gone. So I thought that was really sweet. So, I did this one of shadow. And see that I dropped it. Why does that surprise me? So that's a little frame. I raised it on Pop Dots. Here's one I made about me and Joe. My goodness, I might as well just throw them all on the floor. I'm so sorry. God. I am so sorry. What is that? Anyway, I almost did it again. And I always go over these with Mod Podge. After I complete them, I go over them with Mod Podge. So they're all, you know, really slick. So what time is it? Let's see, I'll try to get a real cool one. Okay, here's a sweet one. This is one I did about my mom and dad. You know, there were 6 of us kids, I think I've told you, and they always provided a nice, loving home for us. So this is one that I did, and it says, thank you for the home, nest, warm place, and I used a, I think that's a Prima flower, and I put a picture of my mom and dad in there. And there's a little bird there. See, it's leaving the nest. So that one was sweet. You know, they provide a nice nest for us till we're ready to fly the coop. Here's another Christmas one that I did. And I used some of that magic mesh up here. I embossed that tree. This is an old stamp that I used. This ribbon is between the card and the background is an old book page. So that was cool. I made a couple for, you know, one for like my son Spencer. And I think it was like, he was 16 at the time, and at the time he needed some direction. So I did this. It says direction. That's a Indian head charm. S for Spencer, and that's a compass. And if you open it, there's a, you know, altered picture of him. And I think it says, I hope you find your way, or something. So, you know, that one was for Spencer. There's one here I did for my son Logan. He was like 8, no, 9, I don't know. He was 9 at the time. And if you can see his picture there, it might be hard to pick up, but I altered it in Photoshop, see? And it says, learn, listen, wonder, believe. And I, you know, stamped some things on it, and then if you take the tag out, it says 100% boy, and then on the back I wrote him a note. Logan is funny, affectionate, and smart. Oh, I made this when he was 13. Oh. So I made that one for Logan, my son. You know, I even did one about, hi Shadow. I even did one about, you know, I love my jeans. I love Levi's. You know, nothing makes you feel more comfortable than a good pair of Levi's, right? So, you know, I use that as a theme on an altered trading card. Here's one that I made, and obviously I was having some strong emotions, and it says frustration, down in the dumps, how do I know, and, well, here. And if this snippet from a book page says, has some words there that seemed appropriate to how I was feeling at that point in time. I used my label maker and just cut up the letters and put it that way. That's a stamp that I used. Again, I used an old book page and stuff as the background. I put a ribbon between the paper and the card and went over it with Mod Podge. So that's what I mean. I tend to do these when I'm feeling emotional. Here's one that I did. This is an old picture of me and my twin brother sitting on my grandparents' lap. See, that's me on my grandmother's lap, and my twin brother Kenny on my grandfather's lap. It's my brother Gary. And I did that one. So I thought that was cool. And, you know, here's one that, you know, I did for Joe. Cherish. He's the key to my happily ever after. So those are my cards. Here's one that I did one about the beach. You know, I love the beach. This was one of the first ones that I ever did. So, and you know, on the back, they're all playing cards. See, they're all playing cards on the back. So those are my altar trading cards. I kind of approach them, I guess, like I would a scrapbook page or something, or I don't know. They you know, they just stuff like that. You know, this stuff like that just comes to you when you're feeling emotional and you want to express it, and that's how I use my trading cards. That's like my visual diary, I guess. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this answered any questions that you might have. You know, I know I do mine on playing cards, but I do have the Tim Holtz Sizzix die for the altar trading cards. And I know, funny as it seems, I haven't used it for a trading card yet. But I will. But I just have always used playing cards, and I guess for me, that was a good way for me to also keep track of how many I've done, because I wanted to get through a pack. You know, so I mean, there is the Sizzix die, Tim Holtz Sizzix die that you could use. As long as they measure 2.5 by 3.5, then, you know, it's considered a trading card. So, there you go. I hope that answers the questions, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much, and thank you for all the lovely comments that I've received lately. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Bye-bye now.